G'day friends, Fernando here. Thanks for joining me again for another one of my videos. Today we're going to be talking about drones, specifically buying drones. As you know, we're getting pretty close to Christmas and some of you may be thinking about buying a drone for a family member or a friend, or maybe even buying one for yourself and wrapping it up and sticking it under the Christmas tree and pretending to be all surprised when you open the gift in Christmas morning. But we're going to be comparing some of the cheaper ones and some of the not so cheap ones. Obviously there are different classes of drone and we'll be talking all about that, so stay tuned. The first two drones that I will be comparing are the Parrot Bebop 2 and the DJI Spark. Both drones sit on the lower end of the pricing scales, but by no means should they be considered as inferior. They are priced as entry-level drones and both have features that will cater for different individuals. Let's first have a look at the features of the Bebop 2. The Parrot Bebop 2 is a popular little drone and it only weighs 500 grams. And it's very quick. It can fly as fast as 60 kilometers per hour. The battery life is pretty good too. It's claimed to be able to last up to 25 minutes. The Bebop 2 is GPS enabled, and from a camera perspective, it can shoot at 1080p, 30 frames per second, 14 megapixels. The image is stabilized using a 3-axis digital stabilization method and not a gimbal. It can store up to 8 gigabytes in its internal flash memory, and its basic control method is through an app on a mobile phone. A controller is not included in its basic package, but the mobile phone can control it to a distance of 300 meters. You can buy a separate controller for the Bebop 2 that will increase its range to 2 kilometers, but strangely enough, Parrot have decided to sell the controller in a bundle that includes a first-person view headset, and that tends to push the price higher. Although the Bebop 2 can be purchased as a standalone unit online, in Australia, retailers tend to sell it as a bundle that may cost as high as $850. The bundle includes the drone, the controller, and the first-person view goggles. Every extra battery will cost you $108. The DJI Spark is a new kid on the block. It weighs 300 grams and its speed is 50 kilometers per hour. Its battery life is claimed to last up to 16 minutes and it is also GPS enabled. The Spark's camera can capture 1080p, 30 frames per second, 12 megapixels, and it has a mechanical 2-axis stabilization gimbal. Its storage is an SD card with a maximum capacity of 64 gigabytes. Its basic control method is a mobile phone and its maximum range is 30 meters. A separate controller can be purchased for the DJI Spark and it will extend the range of the drone to 2 kilometers. The Spark is sold as a standalone drone and it will set you back $789, and it's also sold as a bundle and its price is $1,099. This bundle will give you the drone, the controller, the prop guards, a charging dock, 2 batteries and a bag. Each additional battery will cost you $79. Now that we have listed the features of both drones, let us do a comparison. Firstly, the DJI Spark is a little lighter, but this may have something to do with the batteries, as the life of the Bebop 2 battery will give you 9 more minutes of flight time. The extra battery life may mean a heavier or bigger battery. Both drones are very speedy, with the Bebop 2 crossing the finish line first on a head-to-head race. But I wouldn't be judging any drone on this feature unless I was looking at using the drone for racing. These drones aren't optimally designed to be used for that purpose. The GPS aspect is a good feature that both drones share. They both have a return to home mode when they are disconnected from their controllers while in flight. Only the Spark has the ability to return home when the battery life indicates that it won't last long enough for the return home trip safely. Obstacle avoidance is another in-flight feature that the Bebop 2 does not share. Although at 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, no obstacle avoidance will save any drone from doom. The video capabilities are very comparable, and the only difference is that the Spark records using 12 megapixels rather than the Bebop 2's 14 megapixels. But from what I understand, the sensor on the DJI Spark is more developed and a newer technology. Both have stabilization, and the footage I have seen from these drones is amazingly smooth, and the Bebop's 2 digital stabilization method may mean that there could be some cropping to the image being captured, but like I said, the results are very impressive for both devices. The first of the major differences between these two drones is the controller. If you happen to decide on purchasing the cheaper option of not including controller and using the mobile phone instead, the Bebop 2 beats the DJI Spark hands down. It's the Wi-Fi technology that the Bebop uses to communicate from the drone to the mobile phone, which gives it its advantage. If you decide to buy the controllers, then this will even things up. Both controllers would increase the range to 2 kilometers. The second major difference between these two little drones is the capabilities of their respective apps. The Parrot Free Flight Pro and the DJI Go app allow you to control the drone. The DJI Go app has all its features unlocked, while the Parrot Free Flight Pro requires in-app purchases that will unlock specific flight modes. These flight modes are the cool ones, and you have to purchase them, like the Follow Me mode and the Flight Plan. Each in-app purchase will cost you $19.99 each. Okay, so it's time to make the final decision between the Bebop 2 and the DJI Spark. But before we do that, let's compare apples with apples. So what we are going to do is to make sure that the bundles are equal. So for the DJI Spark, the price is $1,099. But to make the Bebop 2 equivalent, we will have to add an extra battery, the 2 extra flight modes, which will bring the total price of the Bebop 2 to $996.98. But just remember that these are Australian dollars, and without a doubt, you will find better prices elsewhere in the world for both of these drones. But how do these two compare in features? So the Bebop 2 can travel 10 kilometers per hour faster. The DJI Spark has more memory, but the Bebop 2 can stay up in the air a lot longer on the same battery. Okay, so my money goes to the Bebop 2. It is faster, it can stay up in the air longer, and in the bundle you get thrown in a set of first-person view goggles included. Now, if you really wanted to compare apples with apples, you would have to add an extra $709 to the DJI Spark bundle, because that's how much their goggles cost. So in summary, if you're looking for a small entry-level drone to fly around and capture amazing aerial footage, go for the Bebop 2. It is the most economical choice out there today. I hope you found my comments and views helpful into making a decision about which drone is right for you. I based all my opinions on research that I've done personally, reading materials that are provided by the drone manufacturers, as well as other commentary made by YouTube bloggers and people like that. I am not endorsed in any way by any company, and all the opinions are mine. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or your own recommendations, please put the comments in the comments section below. Give me a like and a subscribe. I will continue making as many videos as you're interested in, and I hope to see you again in my next video. See you later. Bye bye.